All right, so the book is done. Feels so good to say that.
It's like a tattoo. I'll always have you. My inhibitions fade away.
There's a couple things that I'm missing though. So the epilogue, I have not written an epilogue. That was intentional. There's 2 or 3 things that I know for sure I want to go in there. But then I'm going to reread the book. One, to do some edits, of course, but then the other thing is to see if there's something else that I might want to add into the epilogue as well, like maybe something that I wasn't even considering, maybe something that I want to maybe expound upon a little bit, and throw it in there. The other concern I have is figuring out how to structure my epilogue, because just as far as time is concerned, and with the second book coming, I want to make sure that it doesn't alter any things that could happen in that one, but that's a story for another day. So the book is done, save for that a little bit, and I'm so flipping excited. Now, the title of the book is, I've been calling it Project LAO on social media. Search that hashtag, you'll find countless posts about the book. But the title itself is actually Loving Ashley. Initially, it was called Loving Ashley Owens, but once I sat and did the cover and did my little creative magic and moved some stuff around, having the last name on there, I was forcing it to fit, and I did not want that. So the working title of the book is Loving Ashley Owens, but the official title will be Loving Ashley, and I am so flipping excited. So I did the cover art on my own, and I'm pleased with it. So it is supposed to be, it was supposed to be a novella series. As you know, if you watched the Building a Fictional City series, this was supposed to be book number 1 in a 3-book novella that I had intentionally planned to like knock out, spend 1 month writing each book, and then like rapid release. That didn't happen. The book that was a novella turned into a full-length novel, and Bob's your uncle, or whatever they say. So I went through, did the dimensions and everything, wrote the book, and then I worked on the cover, and it's a cover that I am happy with. And my concern was like, getting the math down right, making sure that the dimensions were right, that the math was right, that the placement was right, so that it looked like a book. And I don't know why I was so worried about that for like months at a time, but I got it done, and I ordered 2 test copies. Now, these copies are not edited. I'm still having to go through and do my edits and whatnot, but I wanted to hold my book in my hands, especially after I did that cover, and really to make sure, not just to be like, let me check the formatting and all that, yada, 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 but I want to make sure that I am, which I know I am, but make sure that I'm capable enough to do that cover on my own. I want to make sure that my math was right. I want to make sure that everything is aligned and whatever else. I just want to make sure. And so that's what I ordered those copies for. And I am now kind of patiently waiting for them to show up. And yeah, so Loving Ashley is the book 1 of what I have tentatively titled as the Loverboy series. And this is the first 3 books that are set in this fictional city that I've created, 𝑘𝓤𝚣𝚒. And I titled it Loverboy. For me, I come from 90s yearning love songs on both the parts of men and women, and passing notes in class, and love stories, and however problematic some of the 90s was in the early 2000s, that is where a lot of my creativity and romantic ideals is rooted, in those rom-coms, those specifically black rom-coms and black love stories. Well, rom-coms across the board, but like the Love Jones and I want to be clear, again, the 90s were a very particular time that some of these stories when looked at through a fresh lens, some of the aspects of those stories were like, oh, this is terrible. Case in point, Love and Basketball. But a lot of that shaped the aesthetic, the ideas, and the thoughts of like what it was to me to be in love, to have a relationship, to seek a partner, whether you were gay, straight, pan, bi, whatever. And so the Loverboy series is essentially my series following 3 different types of black men on their journey to find love. The first of which is a gay man. The second book will involve a heterosexual man. And the third book, well, we're still figuring out. Is this man bisexual? Is this man, sapiosexual? We're just figuring it out. But it's 3 best friends living in the city, frat brothers, colleagues, and they are figuring it out. So that being said, I am going to use this video as like a cover reveal. I'm not going to show it yet because I have ordered the book, so I'll wait until I have it in hand. But man, I am so excited for this and it's not that I'm just excited for it. So I'm ready to hold Loving Ashley in my hands. I'm ready to flip through the pages. I'm ready to mark it up. And I got 2 copies, one for me to go through and do my edits. So I might like write on the book, may annotate it, may highlight some stuff. But the other one will be just a fresh, untouched copy without any edits. Because that's something I've always wanted, is to get a unedited version of my books, not necessarily to compare like, oh, this is what the brand new freshly edited final copy is versus the first copy, but just to have that packaged, polished, professional thing that carries all of these initial maybe errors or ideals that could change over time. I just like the idea of holding that. So that's what we're waiting on, is for that book to arrive. So, I don't know, y'all. I'm ready. So my book is, so I knew it was coming, of course. The printer that I went with, was like, oh, it's going to take a while and then we'll send you your books and such. It's like, okay, cool. But I got the email yesterday that's like, hey, your books are on their way. You're going to get them. Quit bothering us. And they'll be here in 2 days. I cannot flipping wait to hold these in my hands. So the books will be here, and I don't even know. I'm just excited. If you can't tell, this is an update purely saying I got an email. The books will be here. I'll have them in hand. Meanwhile, I do need to actually sit down and maybe. So I want to read through. Like I said would have been a clip before this, that I am going to read through the book to see how it reads and to edit and to pick out things for the epilogue, all that good stuff. But like, I've been holding off on doing that from my computer or from my phone because that's how I wrote the book. It's from my computer or from my phone. I've been doing that for months. So I want to have a physical copy in hand, and I know I'm going to, oh God, y'all. I'm excited. Another thing is considering like audiobooks. So of course I'm going through the process of like looking at different audiobooks, audio aggregators, I believe. And there's a girl, young lady on TikTok, Brit. Yes, Brit. She's like a book consumer, reader, all that. And she made a video about don't look up your favorite audio narrators because some of them are facially challenged. It was a whole thing. I guess it like grew wings and became a little bit of drama for a minute or whatever. But I always think of that video when I'm listening to an audiobook myself. And so I was thinking, like, okay, audiobook for this book, but like it's a 3-book series. And then what is the process? Do you just go and hire someone? Do you look at, I think Podium Audio is who does a lot of audiobooks that I've heard. So I'm not there yet, but I was just thinking like, the book is almost here. Next step would be audiobook. Next step would be this, then, and that. Well, so I am capturing this excitement in preparation for holding the book in hand. So I'll probably try to limit my updates, and hopefully this next one will just be me receiving the book or having the book in hand or something. So, yes.
Things not to do as a reader. What I'm about to say, I want y'all to never go do it. Okay? Because I am fucking appalled. Never, and I do mean fucking never, look up your favorite audio book narrators.
All right, y'all. So it's my day. Proof copy of my books I get in here. I told myself, yeah, I'ma work, but soon as that FedEx, UPS, whoever man knock on my door and gives me my books, I'm clocking the F out. I'm clocking the fuck out, and I'm gonna spend the rest of the day cracking that spine, reading through that book, highlighting, marking it up, because I want to see my physical book. This book is supposed to be here between 8 and 10. Do y'all want to guess at what time it is? It's 10 o'clock. 10:09. So I said, yeah, let me go and refresh that tracking page and see where the hell is my books. Well, I'll tell you where. They're still in transit. Those books are not supposed to get here until between 1 and 3 o'clock. So the universe was just like, you're going to fucking work today. You think you're going to have a free day off my back? You're going to fucking work a full shift today. So I'm just like, whatever. So I just wanted to have the book in my hand by now, but patience is a virtue. I have some very good news. Good meaning bad. My book will not be here until tomorrow. Why have you forsaken me? And I was thinking like, okay, you could be stressed, whatever, but like don't, because whatever, it's on its way. Also, is this a taste of what it's like to be a reader receiving books? Yes and no. Like, I order books all the time. But I think, of course, because it's mine and I want to hold it and whatever else, it's like, they're taking their time. I just hope by some otherworldly strike of luck that I get my books like either very, very early in the morning tomorrow or tonight. Just, I want my stuff. Also, I'm glad I ordered more than one copy. I wish I'd have ordered a hardcover as well, so that all this waiting, I could have just gotten all of this stuff at once, but whatever, you live and you learn. Okay, so I just received an email that states my book has been delivered. But the email I got yesterday that says we attempted to deliver your book showed a photo of a place that was not my home. So, okay. So, I just got up not too long ago. It is, actually right at 11 o'clock. My book is here. The main thing that I'm looking for is the cover. I'm not really concerned about the interior. Like I did the formatting. I have it looking a certain way in my head. So I'm hoping that came out right, which I'm sure it did. The cover mainly because, and I can't remember if I mentioned it, but the initial dimensions and math that's needed to have the cover, the spine, and the back cover, for some reason that was worrying me. But I sat down, did the calculations, all that stuff, and so that is the biggest thing. So again, the formatting and making sure that the dimensions and placement and everything is correct. That's what I'm looking for. And I got 2 copies, and I'm about to lose my shit. Okay, so here's the cover. It is, I believe, flipped around. What I'll do, of course, is put the actual cover, if this is inverted, on the screen. So I'm a little bit more emotional than I thought I'd be. So starting off, I did it right. My dimensions are correct. So again, my biggest concern was making sure that if you see the transition from the cover to the spine to the back cover is correct. Because I've seen books, and this is not knocking anyone, but I've seen books where you see this cover, that line, the crease where the cover ends and the spine begins. I've seen it where sometimes the art or the design is like overlapped and it didn't look clean. This is, let me actually flip my camera around. Hold on. Okay, so I think, yeah, okay, looks like I have it right. So again, I have the cover, I have the spine, and I have the back cover. Now with this book, the back matter, this is something I'm a little concerned with. So if you look at, I did not want for the text to start this close to the end. So this actually needs to be pushed over a bit more. And so this blurb or synopsis is one that I kind of came up with off the fly. I know I have to redo this, but I don't like this. This does not look centered, and I don't like how far out this is, so that will be changed in the next copy. The spine, I'm actually very happy with. So the title is Loving Ashley. It was once called Loving Ashley Owens, but when you look at the cover, Loving Ashley Owens, it would just clutter up. And I didn't want to make Ashley so small as to just fit in the Owens in there just for the sake of having it. Like, again, sometimes things have to be changed on the fly. So I am in love with this. Okay, so going through the book, the formatting looks great. There are some portions in here that utilize text messaging, and like I'll just show that part there. Love that. I think it came out well. The only thing that I wish is that it was in color, but we're all in 2025. We know the text on the right is the person who phoned it, the text on the left is the person they're speaking with. Like, we know that. Let me see. Let me do a look at that. I honestly, I don't know what. Oh God, hold on. I'm kind of losing my shit. Then there's the text again. That I was kind of worried at how that was going to. I don't know, y'all. I'm really just kind of rambling. Oh, I don't like this. Okay, so I am noticing something. So on chapter 18, which isn't bad. It's just it needs to be changed when I get to editing. It looks like where. Well, let me just show you where you want a. There's one sentence at the end of chapter 18 that's on this page. So this needs to be adjusted. All this blank space, and then chapter 19. But that's stuff that'll be changed once I actually finish up with the edits. But I'm glad I have this copy. This, I believe, is 5x8. Let me see if I have a book to compare it to. Because in my mind, I want the 5x8s to be the paperback, and then the hardcover to be the 6x9. I don't even know what these dimensions are, but another influence. At this point, I'm kind of rambling, y'all. I don't have a whole hell of a lot. I don't know. Thank you. Rayne Coleman, author of contemporary romance stories about Black people in varying situations. This is the beginning of the Loverboy series. The first book, Ashley, Loving Ashley, covers the gay main character. The second book follows the bisexual best friend, and the third book, I'm sorry, the straight best friend. I don't know, whatever. I'm kind of all over it. Take two. This is the first book in the Loverboy series. I think I'm going to go with that. I was a little on the fence about it, but oh well. I'm going to go with the Loverboy series. This is book 1, Loving Ashley, and this will be available as soon as I can work out these kinks. So I've never done like a pre-order or anything on Amazon. This will actually be my first time publishing through Amazon, though I've published in the past. So I'm going to figure out how that works. Regardless, I am shooting for a maybe end of April release, because I feel like that will give me enough time, because I physically have it in hand, to do my edits, make my changes, and then see about a pre-order. And if there's something I'm able to get my hands on, sure. And if not, either way, I know I can just upload the book. So of course, as I get specific dates, I'll let that be known. But y'all, it's here. Fuck. So thank you so much for following this indie author journey and all that good stuff. This is the first of many books. And follow me on the socials and do all that other stuff. Everything linked in the description, all that, whatever. Thank you, and bye.